played a lot of Core Keeper, a whole lot of Core Keeper. Core Keeper is really fun. If you like Terraria, probably like Core Keeper. It's got a lot of bosses in it now. It used to only have 3, so when I first played it, right, in the, the early access mode, like it might have had more than that, but I get through the first 3 bosses, and I'm like, okay, I guess I finished my run. Now there's like 15 bosses. There's like quite a bit more. And I never made it past like the basic biomes, but now it's not incredibly difficult. Like, it's a really good chill game. Like, I've got this huge ass garden, right? I've got all these like farm animals that are giving me like farming. I've got these like pill bugs that give me things. And then I've got these like yaks that give me their fur. And then I've got these cows that give me their milk. And then I've got like a whole huge ass garden. I've got all these NPCs to sell stuff to. I've got a mine cart system that goes all over the map. It does random generate the map every single time. It's got a kind of a central rule set for where biomes spawn. But like essentially, like you get the way that game works is you get past the first 3 bosses, right? And to find the bosses, you can buy items to scan for them, and it'll show you a material cost. You go up to the idols and they're in the middle of your map, right? And that's where you probably should be putting your base. Gather the materials to craft the item to scan for. It'll scan and put a marker on your map on where the creature is. And all except for, I want to say, like 3 instances, you just go to that area and then you can fight the boss. And then that'll unlock some materials for you to craft better weapons. And then you can farm bosses too. So, like, once you beat the... I want to say the second boss, the guy that's like burrowing all over the place. There's a guy that has this huge path of slime, this huge like grub that's like burrowing in a big circle around the core. Once you kill him, you unlock a merchant that sells you items to resummon bosses. So you find their like summoning circle, you drop the item there and you can resummon them and get different drops. And after you're at a pretty high, like, most of them aren't really that hard. Like, you can block through most of the stuff. You can parry. So if you like time your block, then you parry. Or if you're a magic user like me, like I found an item on the 3rd boss that gives me a teleport. And so I just teleport out of the way with everything. There's one boss in particular that I needed a shield for that I used the shield and it worked really well. But, yeah, like, it's, you kind of like explore an area for a while, get the material you need to find the thing, to summon the boss or to find where the boss is at and then kind of make your way there. Like, I get this huge minecart system that goes all over the map. Like, I've got a couple of fast travel points that I use sometimes and with minecart systems next to them to get further out into the map. It's just a really good chill game. The actual music in it is really good. But again, don't really need the sound effects. So again, it's a good podcast / listen to an album game. And it's just chill. Like, your next goal is the next boss. I just found it's called like the Terror of the Deep or something like that. I've got a big ocean boss right now. I just crafted a boat and then I figured out where he's at. So that's literally what I'd gotten up to before I started doing chores today. So that's like my next like entry point. But I think like an average playthrough of this is probably about, if you're not just solely focused on terraforming the area and building like this huge base, I don't know, I'd say it's probably a solid 80 hours if you don't get too like hung up on that stuff. But like, there's a whole lot of customization options for your base, right? You can change out all the ground. You can set up like, all sorts of, like, to your heart's content, you can like build and customize the fuck out of your area. So if you get really into that could probably take a whole lot more time. Like, there's like hundreds of different recipes, and the food buffs do a lot of good for you, right? Like my guy has a 50% crit at this point. So like, damn. Which means that he's just an animal when I attack stuff. But it's very much like kind of 2.5D Terraria, I guess, right? Because it's isometric. You kill bosses, you mine shit, you create areas. But yeah, like if you like Terraria, you probably like this. The Terraria is a little bit harder. It's a very chill game. Very good art. I really like the pixel art in this game. And there's a bunch of like weird hidden shit, like hidden dungeons and stuff. It's easy to get lost in that game and lose track of time. It's a really good game. It's also on Game Pass, by the way. So if you don't want to pay the $15 or $20 or whatever it is on Steam, like it's on Game Pass already.
Well, damn. For the price of Game Pass, why not?
Yeah.
All right, guys, and that was Nauss talking about his revisit of Core Keeper recently during episode 595, Tiltcast Wild America. You can find this full episode at tiltcast.com or on iTunes or Spotify. Find our socials, facebook.com/tiltcast and x.com/tiltcast. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these video shorts, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time on the Tiltcast.